Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Aditya Knowledge Academy. So in this video we are going to discuss English class 9. So the best advice I ever had written by Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. So before moving to the lesson, my dear friends, if you are seeing my videos for the first time, please subscribe my channel and press the bell button so that you get the new videos which are about to come, and you will get notifications also. And if you are like my videos, do press the like button and share with your friends. So moving on to the lesson, we already talked about that the best advice I ever had is an article written by Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. So here we have information about Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. 1900 to 1990 was an Indian diplomat, politician, and the sister of India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. And she was active in the Indian freedom movement and held high national and international positions also. And she was greatly influenced by the Gandhiji and became identified with the struggle for independence. And she was also jailed by the British on the three different occasions in in 1932 and 1933 and 1940 and 1942 1943. So after that, her husband's death in 1944, she traveled in the United States from late 1944 to early 1946, mainly on the lecture tour. And after India's independence, she entered the diplomatic service and became India's ambassador to the Soviet Union and the United States, and Mexico, Ireland, and Spain. So, during which time she was also the Indian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. So, in 1953, she became the first woman president of the United Nations General Assembly. So here we have one message about her given by President Ramaswamy Venkataraman. He described about Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. He has a luminous stand in the leprosy of India's freedom struggle, and distinctive in her elegance and courage and dedication uh, towards the national movement. So she was died on December 1st, 1990. So moving on to the lesson, we already talked about that the best advice I ever had is an article written by Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. So here she is going to um, like share her own life experiences. It refers to some of the hard and humiliating situations she went through in her life. So here like here she is going to share her experiences, that the advice she got from the famous personalities, and especially the advice she got from Mahatma Gandhi. So how it has helped her in her own life, like advice which he given to her, it she applied in all her life critical situations. So here the best advice I ever had come from one of the greatest souls the world has ever known, Mahatma Gandhiji, on the sunny afternoon a decade ago. So most people pass through a period of anguish when their belief in humanity is at a low ebb. I was in such a period. My husband had recently died. My deep sorrow over his loss was followed by the humiliating realization that in the eyes of Indian law, I had no individual existence. Along with other Indian women, I had participated for years with men in the national struggle for freedom, working and suffering side by side with them until it had finally been achieved. Yet in law, we women were still recognized only through our relationship to men. So here, she remembering that best advice came from one of the greatest soul of the world has ever known. His name is Mahatma Gandhi. On his sunny afternoon, a decade ago, she is remembering that best advice that she had got was one from the greatest souls of the world. That was Mahatma Gandhi, and it was certainly afternoon a decade ago, sometimes like a 10 years ago. So she is now adding on that most of the people they go through the anguish means it means severe mental or physical pain or we can suffering some kind of pain like if they are dear ones lost and some critical situations, so they will feel like that. So, anguish is spirit that the trouble, the sorrow they have in their life due to various circumstances, we can say. And in such period, it is very difficult for them to live in the society because the people of the society also have the thinking that means a kind of low thinking and no respect towards the woman, especially the woman who is not having the husband, or the woman or one who was living alone and taking all responsibilities of the family. So those were the period where the society did not look upon such kind of woman good and respectful eye. Friends, I am going to read first lesson, then I'll explain. If feel extend, please watch carefully until end. So you can see these pictures. The Gandhiji and Nehru were both are talking. They are were best friends. Now, as a widow without a son, I was not entitled to any share of the family property, nor were my two daughters. I resented this galling position. I was bitter towards those members of my family who supported this antiquated law. At this time, I went to pay my respects to Gandhiji and say goodbye before leaving for America to take part in a conference. After our talk, he asked, "Have you made your peace with your relatives?" I was amazed that he would take sides against me. "I have not quarrelled with anyone," I replied, "but I refuse to have anything to do with those who take advantage of an outworn law to create difficult and humiliating situations for me." So, what happened when she was looked upon such a kind of human and good respect, society did not look upon such kind of woman and good respectful eye, and Mrs. Vijayalakshmi was in that era, and she has to suffer these things because she lost her husband, and it was a deep sorrow which she was going on through, and the society, and it was not that much easy had to be, and it was very difficult for an individual existence. So during that time, as a woman in the society, though she says that participated for years in the national struggle, and she was side by side with them until they achieved and the independence yet in the eyes of the law. So the woman was still recognized only through the basis and the realizations to the man. There was no individual recognition given to women. So then she says, now as a widow, she felt further humiliated, and knowing that the Indian law was not helpful to her, the family share was not given to her as she was a widow with two daughters and without son. In Indian law, they are saying like that, and she was not entitled to any share of the family. Means the family members were not ready to give any share among them from the property. So what happened, and this was the bitter truth which she was going through, and she just hated those members who supported antiquated and old law, and she wanted to come out of this, and she was suffering very badly through all these things she was facing. She wanted to move away from that country and go to the better place. So before uh, she wanted to move away from that country, and she decided to go to a better place to live. So before moving on the America onto America, she went to Gandhiji with the farewell, she wanted to say goodbye to him. So she had a small talk with Gandhiji and she explained him everything, and then she asked have ever made the peace with the relatives. So when she was explained, Gandhiji asked her, she was have you ever made the peace with your relatives? So when he said like that, she was totally shocked. Again, she was amazed to see him. Why did he is talking like that? And the support of family. Why he is giving the support of family members? Why should I go and talk to my relatives when they are not giving me respect and not they are bothered about me and not they are ready to give any share of in their property? Why should I go and talk to them? So she said that I will not go and talk to those people who are taking advantage of the old laws and they are making me difficult to live in this society. So why should I go and speak to them? She replied like this. Gandhiji looked out of the window for a moment. Then he turned to me and smiled and said, you will go and say goodbye because courtesy and decency demand this. In India, we still attach importance to these things. No, I declared, not even to please you will I go to those who wish to harm me. No, one can harm you except yourself, he said. Still smiling, I see enough bitterness in your heart to cause you injury unless you check it. I remained silent and he continued, you are going to a new so okay. What happened? But Gandhi, she said she ignored to go to the relatives to say goodbye. But Gandhiji waited for some time, and he looked outside for the moment, and then smiling again, he said to her, which I let me find this, that you will go and say goodbye because that is the courtesy. Here courtesy means the showing of the politeness, that is the decency, that is the moral value which our society demands, like in India, and we are still giving importance to this kind of character. So you have to go and say you will, like that he encouraged her. So she again replied, no, I will not go and uh, I I say to them even to please you. So I respect you a lot, but I will not go and do this thing. She replied to Gandhiji. So then what happened? The Gandhiji said, no one can harm you. It is a very important and golden words during that time. She got from the Gandhiji. So he said, no one can harm you except yourself. You are the one who was harming yourself by keeping that hatred in your mind and heart. So, and I can see enough bitterness in your heart to cause your injury unless you check it. Because it is said that you are causing your own injury to yourself because you have that bitterness and hatred in you. So you have to remove that, whatever you are hated in your heart about others. So she, like that he motivated her, and she remained silent and she just listened to him and kept quiet. You are going to an I remained silent and he continued to, you are going to a new country because you are unhappy and went to sorry uh, you are going to a country because you are unhappy and want to escape. Can you escape from yourself? Will you find happiness outside when there is a bitterness in your heart? Think it over. Be a little humble. You have lost a loved one. That is sorrow enough. Must you inflict further injury on yourself because you lack courage to cleanse your own heart? His words would not leave me. They gave me no peace. After some days of severe struggle with myself, I finally telephoned my brother in law. I would like to see you and the family, I said before leaving. So what happened? He was guiding her and giving a like a one suggestion to her how to handle the situations in the life, difficult situations in the life, and he was saying like that you her he was saying to her, you are going to a new country because you are unhappy here and you are wanted to escape from people of the society who are commenting and disrespecting you. So he was asking directly to Vijayalakshmi Pandit, and but he was again asking the questions to her. Can you escape from yourself? Will you find the happiness there is like where you don't have the happiness in your heart? Wherever you go in the world, you will not find that happiness, because here he was saying very briefly. See, one who is not having happiness themselves, they will not get happiness if they go anywhere like that. So he was saying that wherever wherever where you don't have the happiness in your own heart, wherever you go in the world, you will not find that happiness unless and until you create your heart, think it over it, and you must be little humble and little courageous, like he said. Then you have lost already your. And then he also said her, he explained briefly, then you have already lost your nearest and loved one, that is the husband, and further you don't injure yourself by running away from the responsibilities, and don't lack courage to clean your heart and forgive everybody, and just live a good life here. So like that he suggestion he gave. See, you can see in your our own lives also, if we forget somebody else or someone, we feel very happy, and our heart burden will be light like that. So he uh, try to console her and try to motivate her and not to keep that hatred in her heart. Then those words, they were just in her mind. So what happened? She did not give her peace when she now every thing, and then she used to think about this words and advice which was given by Gandhiji. Then she also thought. Then finally she think about that. Matters, and then finally she did not go without saying a farewell or waiting a farewell to brother-in-law. Finally she called her brother-in-law and said to, I want to meet you, like that family members. So here you can see that she was meeting the family members. I had not been with them 5 minutes before I sensed that my visit had brought a feeling of relief to everyone. I told them of my plans and asked for their good wishes before starting on this new stage of my life. The effect on me was miraculous. I felt as if a great burden had been lifted on the I was free to be myself. So this small when she when the Gandhiji gave advice to her, and she also think about it, and she thought I can go and tell them farewell like that. And for only for 5 minutes they met, but she said that I felt a very big relaxed, and I thought I got my heart felt as if a big burden has been removed from my heart. See, you can see the changes. She only met relatives or family relatives only for 5 minutes. During that 5 minutes, she gave she forgave them. She gave the she forgave whatever they done. She forgave all the things, and she was feeling very relaxed, and her heart whatever the burden or like pain was there, it was removed from her heart. She just told about the plans and she was having in her mind, and she asked for them, like her relatives, to give the good wishes for her. And then she went to America, but she felt very light that the great burden which was in her heart was removed now. So it happens for everything also. When we talk about, when we talk to the persons which we are with, like which whom we are hating, for them, when we talk about them, so we will realize that the things. So coming to the next this small like next paragraph, this small gesture was the beginning of the significant change in me. A year and a half later, I was in New York as a leader of the Indian delegation to the United Nations. Important to us was India's complaint regarding the treatment of people of Indian origin in South Africa. Harsh things were said by both sides. I resented the manner in which my opponents made personal attacks harmful to India's prestige and to mine. I struck back with the same sharp weapon. So what happened? She told her like a farewell to the relatives, and she gave the, like whatever her mind, what are the plans she will be having, and she moved to America. So now the small gesture was the beginning, in the in that place, America. In the small gesture was the beginning of the significant change from here. The change started in her life that because of the advice which was given by Gandhiji. Then years and of year later, she was in the New York, and she was a leader of the Indian delegation to the United Nations. Sorry, I said America. It's in New York, United Nations, and they had filed a complaint against Indians. Had filed a complaint regarding the treatment of the people of Indian origin in South Africa. That means they were not properly treated, they were tortured, and they were the blacks and whites were going on the South Africa at that time. So there was a harsh things which was said in the conference and the debate which was going on there. So the way the opponent, those in the Africans and the people said that some way, like people said in that the same way, which is that even I struck back shock. Then I struck back here, Vijay Lakshmi is saying hi here, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. So then the way they spoke with the words, even I gave them the same answer. Then, after a distressing duel of words, I suddenly thought of Gandhiji. Would he approve? To him, means were as important as the end in the long run, perhaps more important. What if we succeeded in getting our resolution passed by questionable tactics that injured our self respect? So, before going to bed that night, I resolved that, come what might, no word of mine would be lightly used in the UN. From then on, I lifted the debate back to where it belonged, refusing the retaliate to personal attacks or to score a chief point. Our opponents met us on the new level, and from when we argued the case on its merits. So, before leaving the committee room on the last day, I went up and spoke to the leader of the opposing delegation. So, here what happened? So, the questions were arising and they are answering. After a few words, suddenly thought of Gandhiji to him means were as important as the ends in the long run. Perhaps more important, he wanted to solve it everything with a calming and soft mind. But here it was the contrary thing shows it. She started thinking this is not, and this is just enduring our own self respect. So that before going to bed that night, she just resolved herself, and she thought it was not going to use such a kind of words in the debate anymore. And the next day, when they continued with the meeting and the conference, There, she did not attack on them with the words. She refused to retaliate to personal attack, and she did not use any harsh words. They just discussed on the merits of the case, and the like uh, they like they thought about in a positive thinking, and they are talking in a positive voice of the cases. And she just got back with that hard words, and the hard words which she was saying before, then before leaving that committee room on the last day. So here she was applying the, whenever she'll get angry and she want to discuss in a harsh words, with the people, she was using harsh words and all. And that time she was remembering the Gandhiji's advice, every time in her life situations. And she went to apologized for apology as to the committee members. Ask you to forgive me if I have hurt you by any word or action in this debate. He shook my hand warmly and said, I have no complaint. It was good to feel right with him, but even bit better to feel right with myself. Once more, Gandhiji's advice had saved me from myself. His words have helped me retain perspective even in small matters. Many women, I imagine, share with me a recurring nightmare. Someone important to you is coming to dine. The guests have arrived. It is time to eat, but there is no dinner. You wake perspiring, relieved to find it is only a dream. So she was applying the advice which was given by the Gandhiji in her life situations. So she just went and apologized to the opposition needed, that if she had anyhow hurted them by the action and the words that she said before during the debate. So please forgive her. This was the apologizing which she was being asked by the leader of the committee, opposition party. So then this opposition leader, he said, there is no such complaints in my heart. So they have happily moved away from there. Then she said, this was the advice which helped me in my every life situation, not only in the big perspective, but even in the small matters at home or any situations. She was saying that I just imagine that advice is that a thought about the Gandhiji's advice. It helped me a lot. So again, she said that any normal woman or common woman, she might imagine sometimes the that she got one or a recurring nightmare that she was invited guests and everyone have arrived, and it's time to eat but no dinner is ready. And what happened? What a nightmare then! The eyes open and it's a nightmare. So. She will be a bit relaxed, and but she said this is the what it happened to me in a real way, in the happened in it happened to me in real manner. My guest of honor had come, and it was a prime minister of Great Britain and a lady. And then I did not had called them, invited them for a dinner party, and at the time I had planned everything very carefully. So here she want to say that she was planned everything very carefully, keeping in the mind the taste and everything, the menu to the color, and whatever you say recently on the she was given to the butter to the in charge. There is the announce for the dinner. They all waited, but again for the third time also, drinks were coming on the round. See what happened. She invited them for the dinner party. At that time she don't have planned everything very she planned everything sorry she planned everything very carefully, and keeping in mind that the taste and everything, the menu, and the color of the like flowers, everything she kept for the like who are coming arriving the guests, for them she all managed. So the drinks were being passed on one two and twice in a single way, given to the butter to the in charge, they to announce for the dinner. But what happened, they all waited for, but again they all waited for the dinner, but again the third time also drinks were coming on the table. She thought that because there is some problem, and she ran towards the kitchen. See, again and again the drinks were coming, so she thought something happens and she ran towards the kitchen. And to her chef, she saw there that a cook was sitting besides with the ladder and singing and just moving his foot, and he just all the stuff the chicken pieces were lying on the table, all messed up. So she was shocked and she was not able to control herself. She wanted to shout the top of her voice, but she just controlled and said in a polite manner, "Why is the dinner is not ready? Why is the dinner is not ready? It is ready, madam," he said. But what happened, was the answer given by the cook, and everybody was sitting down. She was very angry, and she was about to shout and dismiss her from the job of the cook. But she what we say she was very angry, and she was about to shout and dismiss her from the job of the cook. But she controlled herself, and she calmed down. Again she thought Gandhiji's advice, and she controlled herself, and she went and said, just let's have something on the table to have along with the guest. Then everyone best in that food was served on the table for the guest. But it was not as it was described in the menu, but whatever they planned earlier, it was not as well as done, but something was kept on the table for them to have, like that. Since the guest also uh, came, but when the guest told them, if this is what the cook gives you when he is drunk, when he's what we say, when he's drunk also. But when guest told them if the gives when he's drunk, someone exclaimed, so that they said, this is what the thing when your cook is in the drunken form and he is not able to cook, this is what we are going to get. What must he provide sober than what he will provide when he is normal? Just this was the discussion going on, and the comment sort of then the relief in my laughter. So what he like this they are commenting, and she in the situation like is that a little historical that comments, but is was not a situation to laugh, but she just laughed and passed on the with the comment. Then her thinking level, her mind and her thoughts changed, and she thought that part is this part is not so important as the existence in the life. So she said she just let it go and positive thinking. Then she says written, your sense of proposition is an important as being able to keep one's heart free so from hatred. And if you want to be balanced in life and whatever is important, then you have to keep your heart away from hatred. And like that you should not have place for the hatred in your heart. Then for all of us, no matter what our work, the advice Gandhiji gave me is meaningful. Now she says that advices Gandhiji had given me was meaningful throughout my life. So no one can harm you but to yourself unless until you harm yourself. So nobody else can harm you. So it is you who has to remove the hatred in you and be calm and forget and forgive everything the one who has done harm to you. So, like this, she said. So, beautifully, she has expressed her experience and the thoughts which were given by value to her, the advice which Gandhiji had given to her hope. So, like this, she explained in this article every situation which was faced in her life. So, this is one like a quote which is given by the Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. Education was not merely a means of earning or living or instrument for the acquisition of wealth. It was an initiation into the life of spirit, a training of the human soul in the pursuit of truth and the practice of virtue. So, with this, so we will also see with this I'm going to end this chapter. So whatever Gandhiji said in this lesson in this lesson advice which is given to Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, so we will also implement this in our lives, and I hope you understand the chapter better. So for more videos and chapters, please subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching.